let's see, what time is it? 6:49. So we've been going an hour and 40 minutes so far. So the next time we talk, we're going to go over stops quite a bit. Are you guys having, it seems like I see what you guys are posting. Continue using Facebook. You guys back channel me, whatever it is. Facebook I like, because I'm clicking into Facebook every now and then when I'm out. I can click into it too, so that's cool. I like clicking into Facebook and seeing if there's some stuff that is giving you problems or you're having success with and you want to share it. I think people are getting a lot of benefit from you guys sharing. You know, I think the more you see stuff, the more you hear stuff. You might go, oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was, I was thinking about that the other day. So it may bring something up, it may trigger something in your mind, you know, that may be beneficial for you. So yeah, and when I see stuff, you know, you see me chiming in there too. So, you know, I appreciate that. I think you guys will like it. But the next time we talk, I want to talk about your stop methods. Okay, what our stop methods are. We kind of went over it just a little bit here. You know, what's working for you, what's not working for you. And then after that, we're going to get into ad strategy. But I just want to make sure that we're getting down some of the basics again. I think that, you know, at a certain stretch, we're gonna be at a point to where, you know, you're going to be feeling really comfortable about your trades. You know, you're not going to master it, but you're going to feel like I have confidence in doing, going through this process. You know, it takes time to master a process. I mean, you didn't just walk into your job in the first month, you became a master at your job. You know, it may take years to become a master at your job, but you become pretty good at it. Maybe in the, you know, say 6 months, you know, 3 months, 6 months, you feel comfortable. You know, that first year, you feel like, you know, there's not a whole lot I don't know about it. You know, now your supervisor may have a few tricks that you don't know about, you know, but you should get to the point to where you feel extremely confident, at least confident enough that you can go in here. My goal for you guys is that you can go in here every day and be able to extract some money out of the market, okay? Because you guys are going up against some bad boys and girls that are in this thing, in this market, you know, and we can't be coming to this gunfight, you know, with a butter knife. You know, we got to come guns blazing too, because believe me, if you're coming into my house and you're going to steal some food off my table, you better be a bad boy to take food off my table. And that's essentially where we're at. You're going into somebody's house and you're going to steal the food off their table to put on yours. Because again, it's a net sum game in this business, okay? When it goes out of one account, it goes into the other one. So if you're going to go in there and take money off somebody else's, out of somebody else's account, then you better be good at what you do, okay? So,
you can't be half-stepping, Mr. Tony.
No, you better bring it. And you better know all the backdoor, you better know all the backdoor tricks. You better know all that stuff. You better have all that down. You better know, okay, we made our low, we better get out of here. You know, take what we can get and run and wait. Know the consolidation, wait for that wait for that 100% retracement to happen. Boom, I'm in here. Look for that follow through on those big candles. Okay, have my stop right above that candle right there, in case this green one comes back up and they try to snatch my stop. By the way, John, let's clear all this out. You were talking about this green candle. Why do you think that ran up? Why do you think that ran up like that?
Why do I think? Well, judging from hearing you speak on it so much, because some of the market makers are trying to be market takers and
exactly
snatch some money from us.
If you're gonna take some food off my table, you better be a bad boy. You better know what's going on. That's why I hide my stop right up there. You know, I hit it up there. You want to take it all the way back up there? All right, then you. All right, cool. You just better than me, but I'm gonna put my stop right there. If you take it up there, well, then I'm supposed to be out anyway.
So that reminds me. You when I posted that in the Facebook group about the egregious bid-ask spread on Starbucks options, you mentioned that I may want to try to remember the exact verbiage you used. I'll paraphrase here. I may want to prepare beforehand. I was wondering what you might have meant by that.
Let me see. I got the Facebook page open right here.
Yeah, I posted it Friday night, Saturday,
Those
sometime
are
around there.
okay, and I said those are big spreads for sure. Those market makers are keeping you out of the trade when you know the move is coming, because we know the move is coming. So he's trying to grab all that out of there, scare you out because he knows the move is coming. Okay, and gonna have to sharpen your tools to match wits, but you can do it. It may require you doing some additional homework to get ahead of the game. Okay, that's kind of broad in scope, I guess. I'm sorry. But basically what we're referring to right now, you know, when these guys want to keep you out of that trade with those options, they're going to widen the spread. They're going to scare you away, right?
Especially on Starbucks. You know what I did though? I back tested it and went into Thinkorswim and bought the puts at the egregious prices, and I made money. Not as much as I should have, but I still made a nice amount of money. So,
okay.
So I did my homework in that sense. But of course, as I mentioned in the Facebook group, the better strategy probably was to do a Mr. Tony and short the stock.
So someone asked me, I think it was Tanisha asked me, how come you don't trade options? Well, one, you know, I was just—
That's one reason why.
Yeah. So
that's one reason why the bid-ask spread.
I tell you guys that, you know, stock traders, you know, people who want to do this for a living, it's like 90% failure rate. Okay. For options traders, to be real honest with you, it's like a 98% failure rate. It's hard. It's really difficult because of all the other factors that you have to apply to your trades. Whereas me right here, I can just get short. I don't have to worry about the Greeks and the thetas and the betas and the alphas and the gammas and all that good stuff, you know, and so I can just do it. I can just turn on a dime and I can go in that direction. And it's not that big of a deal. I just click of the button and I'm in there again. So for option traders, it's a little bit more difficult. And I've always thought that in that options market, unless you're willing to pay the bigger premiums and not be so far out of the money where it's cheaper, you got a better shot, but it costs more money. So if it's going to cost more money, I might as well just trade the stocks. You know, now it can be done. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think it, you know, to me, I've always thought of it being a little bit harder. I just thought of it being a little bit harder. And that's probably why I shied away from it. Plus I was able to, you know, I learned trading shares of stock as opposed to trading options. Now, my buddy, who was up on the north at the stock exchange up north in San Francisco, he traded options. So that's all he knows. He doesn't even, you know, all this that I'm talking about, that I've taught you guys about, he has no clue about that, but he can tell you all about all the different factors that you guys talk about with the options. He's good at it. He's really good at it. And he'll tell, he's the one who told me, him and his boss, when I was up there at the exchange, they told me, they said, Tony, if you're going to be anything, be a seller of hope. People who buy options are buying hope. If anything, you want to sell hope. If you want to own the stock, then sell the puts. You know, sell calls. Sell hope, don't buy hope. And you'll be a winner, or be willing to pay the bigger premiums for the more in the money option trades. Don't try to buy the 10-cent, you know, those 10-cent premiums, they just don't come through for you. You know, if you got to go in there and you got to drop $1,000, $2,000, you know, to buy one contract, then buy that one close to the money or in the money, because those are going to be your better odds. But the novice traders always want to trade the 10-cent premiums. That's what I was told. I didn't want to say that. I'll say it to you because we're a small group. I won't say it to the people in Clubhouse. I'm not trying to bust everybody's bubble, but that's just what it is. Sell hope. Don't buy hope. Sell it. Sell the hope. Don't buy the hope. You know. Don't, you know. Because the odds, I'm just trying, and that's why I want to put the odds in your favor. So hopefully I didn't depress everybody tonight. Man, Tony.
Hey, you know.
No, it's not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not
Because
at all.
I think we all
Here's-
kind of
here's
know
the
it
thing.
too.
For sure.
There was
There's
to your
a
point,
big
Mr. Tony.
difference.
What's that?
To your point, Mr. Tony,
Uh-huh.
by the way, you know what, one set of options that trade really well though, and that trade almost in a linear fashion, and they don't play as many games with them.
What's that?
Micron,
Oh, really?
really.
Oh,
Micron.
good. Okay. Everybody trade Micron.
Can you pull the
True.
can you pull the daily up on Micron?
The in the money trades on Micron are cheaper than AMD and Nvidia and quite a few other ones. It's like
Yeah, very affordable.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got that right, Donna. Yes,
Well, I'm
ma'am.
glad you guys are sharing this information with each other. Good, good. All right, so now I feel better. So
Yeah,
here's
and
the
then the money
daily.
Micron is like $325 now. What is that with the other popular ones, like 800? Ridiculous.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And
So
you know,
when-
I told you I don't fall in love with stocks, but I've been trading this stock since 1999, and it has paid for my daughter's tuition through USC, and I mean, help pay. It's like my mortgage stock right here, because I mean, it's helped me pay off my mortgage and everything. I mean, just learning this particular stock pattern, and this stock came to me by way of a customer when I was at Charles Schwab, and he traded Micron, and he was telling me the whole story about some guy named Phil Simplot, who was a potato guy for McDonald's, made his riches in the potatoes, throwing potatoes to McDonald's for the French fries, something like that. And he was telling me this big story about Micron, and he would trade it all the time. And he had a pretty decent sized account. He had like a $19 million account back then. And just this guy from New York. And we would go over it every day. And that's when I told you guys I was in that group called Schwab 500. I had the top 500 traders in the whole company. And I worked with those guys specifically, and they moved size. They moved a lot of size around. You know, they weren't trading 100 shares. They were trading like 50,000, 70,000, 100,000 shares. They were moving size. And this was his stock well, I was going to say stock du jour, but it was his stock every day. You know, it was Micron. And that's how it got introduced to me. And I was like, okay, I traded it so much with him. And I placed so many orders for him that I became, you know, knowledgeable of the stock, and I just started trading it, and I just continued to trade it. And it's been great. You know, it's been real profitable for my family, you know, but could I stop trading it tomorrow? I say yes, but I'd probably still look at it tomorrow, you know, anyway, because I just know it, you know, and it doesn't fool me too much. If I'm having a bad day, like say I'm down and I've had a couple of losing trades, and it wasn't in Micron, then I go back over to Micron and I say, all right, now why do I veer away from where I know how to just go? I know there's fish in this pond over here. Why do I want to go fish in this other pond? Because I know there's fish over here, you know. Well, what was the question, Iman?
because I have been watching the Topping Tales this past week. So on the daily, towards the left of the screen, a little bit more, that first red topping tail
Here?
right there, that is an indication that it's going to reverse in
Uh-huh.
direction. Am I reading that correctly?
Uh-huh.
And then even if I travel down to that green, almost neutral candle where the wicks are almost the same size, bouncing off of the 20,
Right here.
that's another indication that it's going the other direction.
Oops. Let's move this out the way. So you're talking about this candle here, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're talking about this candle here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what's the question now?
When I think about the space in between the red topping tail candle, that first one,
Uh-huh.
from the 20,
Uh-huh.
I know you say, take moves close to the 20, near the 20.
Mm-hmm.
Does that rule, I guess, matter if you're going the other direction? Like with the red one. Should I be worried about how close I am?
So the question is, let me make sure I got the question correct. The question is, should you have taken this a short position based upon that topping tail candle back
Yes,
to
sir.
the 20? Well, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Here's the
Okay.
one that throws everybody off. Let me show you the one that throws everybody off. It's this one right here. It's when this happens. Oops.
I see
That's
what
the
you're
one.
saying.
That's the one
Okay.
that's the one that tricks everybody.
Okay.
That candle.
Okay.
And you go, oh, wait a minute, bottoming tail, green candle. Oh man, I'm buying right here. No.
Okay.
That's the one that tricks everybody.
All right. Well, let's go to the right of the screen, closer to real time, right? We want to always remember that it'll get small, then wide again. So it got really tiny when it started that decline after that big green candle. If you go all the way to the right, because we want to go closer to the time that we're at right now. Keep on going to the right. Keep on going. Yeah. So that revert or that change after that big green candle.
Mm-hmm.
If this was a 2 minute, I wouldn't have jumped into it because I still want to see some type of confirmation. That big red candle that came next and is under the 20 and the 8,
Right here.
then that would have been my indication that that is the direction that the stock is going in.
I got a better one, and this is why I want you to go back and watch that chapter on candles.
Okay.
What's the percentage of the follow through on a candle like that? It's like 80%.
Yeah,
Did it follow through?
it did not. It did not produce another green candle.
So what does that mean?
Then I should have jumped in right at that point.
That means, well, it doesn't mean that you should have jumped in, but it tells you one thing. It's probably trouble, right? You know,
Yes.
It didn't do what it's supposed to do, what it does 8 out of 10 times
Gotcha.
or more.
Okay.
It might be, how come we didn't get any follow through on that? It's not like it was this green candle.
Great.
If it had been this green candle and it didn't follow through, which it didn't, it's no big deal because that candle's nothing. But compare
Okay.
this candle to that one.
Okay.
We should get it should have followed through.
And then one last, so if this was the 2 minute candle and we saw the direction of the 20, it looks like it's going down, but because we know the 20 is delayed,
Mhm.
that 8 seems like it's turning to at least flatten out towards the end of towards today's date, the 3/16 date.
Down here, okay.
Yeah. Now still being patient to watch, that could just be our flag to say, okay, it looks like the 8 is no longer pointing straight down. Keep watching it to see what direction it's going in.
Is it going to break the 8? Tomorrow we're going to get another green candle, or will we get a red candle tomorrow?
Right. That's where the patience
Because-
comes in.
Yeah,
Okay.
because did it break the 8? It hasn't broken it yet, right? We need another green candle. If we
Yes,
get
sir.
another green candle tomorrow, which will probably be a little higher than today's candle, obviously, then yeah, it just broke your 8.
Got
Okay,
it.
so maybe we're headed back in the opposite direction. But if tomorrow, so we're all looking at Micron tomorrow. If
Yes.
Micron trades to the downside tomorrow, we'll know that it has not broken the 8 and it's probably going to continue down lower.
Okay.
Because of what we know. Are we 100% sure of that? No, we are not. But we got our rules that we trade by, and we got to have something to trade by, because we can't just have just flat out guesses to trade by, because we'll never build consistency that way, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we got to.
Mr. Tony,
Yes, sir.
can you go back to that fake out candle again? Because that one, I did not understand as to why that was a fake out candle.
Which one? Are you talking about over here, John?
The one that you drew.
Oh, so here. So check it out. Okay, and then let's go. We got green, right? Okay. So if we had, say we had this candle right here. And we trying to make it straight. Okay. So we would say that's a bottoming tail, right? On a green candle.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yes.
But we're too far away from the 20.
Oh.
We're too far away from the 20. When those happen, man, those are like setups to me. If we were more like, obviously if it had been, here, and then, you got that, then I'm down with that all day long. I'm right here on the 8, excuse me. Yeah, it's on the 8, but it's the tail reached down and it touched the 20. Okay. I got a topping tail. I'm closer in, cool. But when you get far away, what I saw, you can get away. Look at this, John. Look at this.
Right there. Oh,
Bam.
yeah.
What happened? It came
Right.
back down.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Perfect example.
You you look like, hey man, this thing's going higher, and it
And
threw,
then the next candle,
threw it up there,
and the next candle, yeah.
and then it
Okay.
did that, and then it went bam.
Hey, Mr. Tony, how about we check out SPY Daily,
Okay.
since we're talking about this candle? Because it's pretty interesting. That same candle was formed today, but it's actually going through the 20 in the opposite direction.
The daily, John, Richard,
Yep.
this
yep,
one right here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So what do you think?
So, I mean, I'm thinking that's a sign of a trend reversal. Why? Because, the last couple days we had that big red candle, and then also, it seemed like a follow through. That's that 80% follow through.
Broke
Now
the
we have
8 too,
two.
and it broke the 8, right?
Yep, and it broke the 8 and the 20.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not far away. It's actually on it. So makes me think it could be a sign of a reversal. I mean, it's probably going to just touch the 200, see what happens there. But, if it can't beat the 200, we're going to keep on going down further.
What does that look like?
Definitely the picture of weakness for sure.
So maybe we get follow through tomorrow, right? All the way up
Yep.
to the 200.
Yep.
But I would, if I had to bet, and someone said, hey, you got to take a side, Tony, you got to take a side. I'll take the downside.
I would too.
I think we're going to get, because this right here has not failed me. This thing right here is a booger. It's hard to beat him. He is just, you can, say what you want to say.
Yeah, I feel you. But today surprised me, just off that candle. So I was like,
Yeah. But I would think, Rich, I would not be shocked to see a trade somewhere up in this area here tomorrow.
Yep.
Somewhere up in there. But to get up here, it might peekaboo, might do one of these.
Don't say that.
Right,
Yeah.
But it's not.
So-
I don't see it going up in there anyway. It's not going. I don't see that happening.
So
You know,
then
You don't see it closing above the 200.
I don't.
Right. Okay.
So are you saying that, Mr. Tony, that it may trade up to the 200, but it may bounce off of the 200 back down?
If I had to be a betting man, that's the way I would interpret what I see on the screen here. You notice I'm trying to be
Yes, yes. And I pray-
I'm not telling you
and I
guys what
pray-
to do tomorrow.
Trying to stand a politically correct line.
Yeah, I'm trying to walk the
But I-
tightrope.
I tend to agree with you, and I pray it does that, because I'm going to play that trap zone tomorrow like no other, if that's the case. So we'll see.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we'll see, because I mean, there it is. That's what I like about using the rules and the concepts that I was taught. They're simple for me. I don't need it to be, so complicated that I can't figure this thing out. That if it's not complicated, then how could it possibly be? I want it to be simple. I want this thing to be as simple as me just sitting here going, wait a minute, okay. I want it to be that simple.
Right.
I don't want it to be harder than that. Like I said, now, can it do this tomorrow? Yeah, it could do that tomorrow. It could definitely do that. I mean, look at this candle. That's a great candle right there. Look at that. Broke the 8 and the 20. But overall, I'm down with this right here, because he's a bad boy, and he just doesn't fail me that often. This deal right here, he just doesn't fail. Not a lot. Oh wow, what am I doing? Get rid of that.
We're gonna see next week.
We gonna see, Richard. Hey, what's they got? What's Drake, right? That's my daughter.
Yeah.
We got high hopes for you. We gonna see.
We're gonna see.
We got high hopes for you, but we gonna
Mr. Tony, the fact that you were able to quote Drake just now, kudos, man. Kudos.
And with that, I think we're 2 hours. You guys back.
That's your mic
you guys
drop.
gotta go to bed.
That was an effective mic drop.
Oh. All right, guys. Anything else?
We'll definitely have the recordings available for you guys, and just to give you guys a heads up about this as well, because I think I posted this on the Facebook group as well. We're setting up the recordings now, so that way you can also search them by date as well. So you're using the month, the day, the year, but not like the full year, just 22. So it'll be 3, today is 10, wait, today is 16, I'm sorry, thinking about the previous one. 03, 16, 22, bless you. So that way, and we'll be setting it up moving on forward, so that if you guys need to sort of go back and kind of want to watch the whole thing instead of searching for, which it's still going to be listed there on the courses now, so that way you guys can also find things a little bit easier. We're trying to see how best to make it as easy as possible to kind of go back to the content. So we'll keep the dates that way.
Can I make one suggestion for the Zoom calls?
Sure.
Absolutely.
On Wednesdays, if you can send them from Zoom so that they're in our time zone with the time, instead of I'll see you in a few hours. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Patrick?
okay. I think I know what you
Like
mean.
invite us from Zoom.
From the Zoom, yeah.
Yeah, because then it'll automatically put, we're
Switch
gonna
your
meet
time
at 8
zone,
o'clock
yeah.
to your, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Got it.
All right.
Got it. Any
All
other
right.
thoughts?
I have a question, Mr. Tony. When I mentioned consolidations, you said that was for a later time. Was that that's something that you're gonna bring up next week, or?
Oh, no, I thought we went over it, Patience. We can,
No, I think I can understand what you said earlier about, so what I was able to, from my perspective, was if there's a consolidation,
look down at the volume down below.
look at the volume down below.
If it's really low and consistent, that means the same traders are in there and they're just waiting for the breakout. Not a lot of new traders have come and gone. It's the same people that are in there and they're waiting for that breakout to occur. So
Okay.
it's up to you to you are patient. So I was going to say be patient, but you are patient.
That was my question. So if I'm in the trade, let's say that I caught a move, and then after the move, whether it was bullish or bearish, then the consolidation starts. And what I did get from you today was the 200. It's really gonna depend on where the 200 is.
Because of where we're, yeah, on that SPY, like I was trying to tell Donna about, because we had talked about how it'll go from narrow to wide, back to narrow again, and the SPY was moving at a slightly upward angle, and the consolidation was coming along this way.
Yeah.
So at some point they were going to meet, and they were probably going to meet on the lower side than
Okay.
on the higher side.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Okay.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, definitely you guys enjoy. Mr. Tony, I'll leave you to do the last closing, but everybody enjoy the rest of the evening and the rest of the week. Mr. Tony.
All right. Just, hey, God bless everybody. Thank you guys. You guys be safe. And we will see you in 2 weeks on our Wednesday. Pat will get it out for you guys. Continue to go to Facebook. If you need to, contact me, you can put it on Facebook. I'm checking in there. You can. Tomorrow I'm in. We got Clubhouse tomorrow. We're doing the Thursdays. I gotta tell you too. My mom had her surgery Monday. It went really well. They called and said today they think they got all the cancer. So she was really excited about that. We're all happy for her about. I told Pat anyway. I was trying to get into the dentist. They couldn't get me. So, but tomorrow we're in there, and I'm excited. I'm actually having more fun doing this in the evening, and I think we're getting more accomplished because we can go through specifics where I got to be rather vague and broad in Clubhouse, just because I knowledge and what we're trying to accomplish here moving forward as traders. So I want to try and give you guys the best of whatever it is I have in terms of knowledge. But I still want to be, I still want to try to help the people who are in Clubhouse, but still be respectful of you guys. So anyway, but I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you guys are getting more.
I learned something today. It's about crossing the 8. It has to be the same color candle, because I swear I thought it was like whichever. It doesn't matter about the candles, the color, as long as 2 crossed it and the second one was lower, get out.
Okay.
And I've often sat there and thought about it, but yeah, so that was good confirmation that it has to be the same color.
Yeah.
Because I was getting out. Well, I was mostly getting out.
And it's taking off and running on you, huh? It just takes off and runs. What did I get out for? Damn, I missed it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for clarifying that.
No problem. No problem. Ready?
All right.
All right, guys. We will see you in a
Everybody have a
couple of
good-
weeks. Everybody have a good one.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yep.
Thanks.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Hey, guys.
Good night.
All right. Good
Good
night.
night.